right? So, and you can map that across the map, you can plot that across the map of India. Secondly, in the Hindi heartland, see, the Congress revival eventually cannot happen until it revives in at least one or two big Hindi heartland states. Because even in the past, in the old UPA days, it had Karnataka, it had Andhra, it had Telangana, those regions. So it's lost many of those, right? So and then it had some hold in the north. So while the Lok Sabha election, it was the beginning of a Congress revival, for it to sustain. And the problem with Congress is that anti-incumbency is unable to get around that, whereas the BJP has been getting over anti-incumbency much more regularly.
As the Prime Minister says, Congress जब हारती है तो कभी वापस नहीं आती है, इसी statement. That has been the Prime Minister's pitch also many times.
And there's an important point in this, because fundamentally the Indian voter today is very demanding and is rewarding what it sees as good governance.
But on that point, good governance, this Revri business, look, it's not as if the BJP is steering very clear of Revris either.
Ladki Behna is a Revri.
Exactly. In fact, if you really look at the numbers, and we've done the math, of course it's approximate and I don't want to sort of put out those numbers, but while there is a few thousand crores separating both of them, the cost to the Maharashtra exchequer of all these schemes is going to be just as heavy. In fact, the MVA is slightly outperforming the Mahayuti on it, but that's only because they've upped the stakes on every.
But the critical fact is that how are you able to generate the revenues to pay for these Revris? You are not running the state bankrupt, and that is something which perhaps the Congress-led governments have not been able to show. Well, it's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and counting gets underway, ladies and gentlemen. The counting centers will start opening now. 8 a.m. is when the counting centers open. There will be time before the ballot boxes, the postal ballots, all of that come in and the early leads come in. If any of the screens across any of the news networks is already showing you numbers, then you know what it is. It is Farjiwala. We are not doing that here. We are respecting the requests of the Election Commission and also the point that they made, and we are working with them very closely. Also at the counting centers, 310 counting centers, 285 in Maharashtra, 30 in Jharkhand. Overall, about 310 reporters. There are 29 actually in Jharkhand, so 309 counting centers, but 310 reporters. That's what we have. And they will be directly calling the hotlines from the counting centers as and when the leads come in. And that's why we'll be able to report it slightly faster than the Election Commission, because they have to go through the ratification, formalization process, etc. We don't need to do that. So you will see the numbers. And mark my words and mark our words here, the numbers on all channels will eventually settle to the numbers that we first show here on the News 18 network. So trust these numbers. Counting has gotten underway. The counting centers will open. Avantika is joining us from the live result hub. So now it's buzz of activity. I hope you've got your shoes and you're kicking your heels off, ready to run around that live result hub, Avantika.
Oh, well, Anand, I'm all geared up with the heels as well. This is going to be so exciting. And you're right, there are no fuzzy numbers here. Genuine, authentic, reliable numbers, because we have a team of experts, data analysts who are going to be sitting here processing all the data in real time. Just take a look at all these experts here. They're going to be, as you rightly said, reporters are all over at the counting centers, and any first lead, first trend will be immediately reported here. I have Brijesh Ji with me, 285 reporters. That many people we have across the state of Maharashtra and Jharkhand as well. Brijesh Ji, why don't you just tell us a little bit more about, the uniqueness of the live result hub?
Look, this is our 2 decades long legacy, and it is time tested. If you look at the last assembly elections of Haryana, we were the only network who were absolutely perfect. Even at this time also, if you look at our own system, this is the live result hub, a special software. Just look at the screen. There is no number because counting has not started as yet. No figure we have. In fact, all other channels who are showing the numbers, it's absolutely fake, fraud, fuzzy, kite flying. We have the system. If you look at the Election Commission website also, there is no trend. So if anyone is showing any data, any lead, any trend, just believe it is absolutely fake. For our case, in our case, if you look at our system, This is the number of 285 correspondents at each and every counting center we have in Maharashtra. In Maharashtra, you have 288 assembly seats, but counting centers are only 285. So we have that absolute deployment to cover each and every center. Same way in Jharkhand. In Jharkhand, we have 24 districts. At each center, we have a district representative. And if any tally, if any round of count, everything will be tabulated here.
All those calls will come right here, Anand, because when it comes to counting and when it comes to getting those numbers right, one can only count on us. Isn't that right, Anand?
Yes, right next to where Brajesh is sitting, right next to the entire team that is sitting. There are 6 groups, 6 hubs for the Maharashtra hub. That's 6 rows of the Maharashtra hub, 2 rows or 3 rows of the Jharkhand hub. That's where the numbers will start coming in, ladies and gentlemen. There is a hotline right next. That's where the report will happen. The moment that is reported, the constituency, the candidate and the lead will be clicked in, and that's when you will start seeing it appear on our screens. Any of the News 18 networks, you will see it's all 0-0 right now. The numbers should come in a short while from now, but the numbers are increasing in our studio. Mr. Hebar joins us, Rohit Chandravarkar joins us. Let's keep the conversation around Maharashtra and Jharkhand even as we wait for the live result hub verified number to come on our screens before we talk about leads. Because as those leads come in here, they will start getting plotted even on Zaka Jacob's magic wall, which is not colored right now. In about 2.5 hours from now, this will be a different plot. And the plot here on this magic wall, Zaka, will perhaps determine kursi kiski hai in Maharashtra.
Absolutely. Will it be a saffron wave? Will it be a blue wave? We don't know. But like I said, to my mind, Maharashtra is the big prize. Whoever wins Maharashtra will have bragging rights. It will set the tone really for the parliament session starting Monday.
Rohit is here. You want to ask him a few questions on Maharashtra? Who's taking that? Number kiske aa raha hai?
Rohit said last time that he was briefed live almost.
Yeah, he was here with us,
He was
wasn't
here.
it?
He
From
was
the
here, that's
Shinde
what I'm
camp.
saying.
Aaya tha,
From
haan.
the Shinde. So, aap bataiye, are those numbers holding?
We'll find out in a while, but I think Mahayuti is looking very confident. And I think the reason they are looking confident is because of the direct benefit schemes that they came out with and the increased voting that has happened in Maharashtra, Rahul. So they think that women came out in large numbers, especially in Vidarbha region, Marathwada region, which is economically backward region. And they think that this direct benefit transfer has kind of worked for them in terms of direct, increase in votes. The farmer community, which is facing a lot of distress, perhaps came out too. But for them also, there have been many schemes. So let's see.
I have to ask you this question because yesterday when we were talking to 2 pollsters, and one was Sanjay Kumar of Lokniti, and on the other side was the famous, infamous, what do you want to call him, Access My India, Mr. Gupta. And both had a very different take on Vidar. So both projected that the NDA is going to do fantastically well in Vidar for different reasons. One said there's going to be complete Dalit and, consolidation against the Maratha. And the other one said, no, it's not going to be that. The Marathas are going to come back and vote for the NDA. So what is going on in Vidar? It's very confusing.
I'm not sure Marathas are going to come out and vote for the NDA because Manoj Jarange Patil has been very vocal and he's traveling from town to town, speaking against the BJP.
But they're saying that this time, at least one of them said this time is not a factor.
Okay, we'll find out in a while whether,
Pallavi, you wanted to share something?
I would say it's not a factor, but he
Why?
also a little...
Tell him why. You were telling us the anecdote, what happened.
No. So Rohit, it was really amazing, because I went to interview him and I saw him, doctors and he on a drip. And, people were taking pictures. And I am telling them, this looks a little tacky. No, madam ji, lene do. Then I realized that it was just going viral on WhatsApp. So he just going to his... And then there was this huge crowd. All their sympathy. So some way, thoda sa wo bhi janta hai na, unnerving moment hai because he knows this is a prestige thing for him. But, people are also in harsh tones were talking about the fact that, we don't know which way he is. He's not even, he's taking money from so-and-so, he's taking money from everyone, he's nobody's person. Now, if that is word of mouth, I mean, Antarwali Sarathi is the village he belongs to. And, if that is what starts getting traction, then I don't know whether he's going to emerge as that powerful a factor as he was for.
Well, he may not emerge as a powerful factor, but remember there's going to be very small margin. I don't know. I'm not claiming anything right now, maybe situation keeps changing all the time. But the situation is that Maratha vote may not get split the way it would have got split if Jarange Patil was in the fray, which he has kind of withdrawn from. That is one factor. The other thing, of course, is the women coming out in large numbers, like I said earlier, is a big factor in favor of NDA. Shinde's team, what Rahul was talking about some time back, Shinde's team is very confident that they're going to reach 170. NDA is going to reach 170, and they also have given a breakup to some of our friends and colleagues at the end of the voting day. They say BJP will hit about 95 score. Shinde himself will be around 55, and Ajit Pawar will be 20. So they are saying 170 for sure, sounding very confident. We'll find out just in a few
95
hours.
plus 50 वो तो 150 तो उनके खुद के ही आ गए इन
so
दोनों
where
के
will Ajit Pawar
तो
go?
फिर वो टेंशन ब्रीथ इजी वाला हो गया अजीत पवार फैक्टर नहीं होगा
This number is quite fantastic because if that number actually holds up, that means that Shinde Shiv Sena would have got 56 over what the Shiv Sena won last time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
He replaced that.
So
if that
I'm
that
asking
number
you,
holds.
is Milind Deora then going to be the giant killer?
Lead.
First lead has come through.
It's going to the NDA. I think it's to the Shinde Sena. This is Ambegaon, Dilip Walse Patil.
दो आ गए भाई दो आ गए ग्रिड पे दो आ गए दो लीड वन
The
अदर्स
second
एंड
one
वन
is
एनडीए
coming from the constituency of Ganga Khed. This is going to the RSP. I think this is the RSP faction which is with the NDA. So yeah, you have two leads now. One in okay, you now have a third lead. This is going again to the
UBT.
to the SSUBT, the Parbhani constituency. Dr. Rahul Patil is leading there. So we have three leads now. One to the NDA, one to the India Alliance, and one to others. I'm just trying to see. I think the RSP, this is the faction that's not aligned with the NDA. So
NDA, no, so we just see why there is a lead for Maharashtra that is being shown for the NCP in the bottom grid, while there are three leads there, and there is one lead that's being shown for the NCP. But overall, three leads have come in.
Sorry,
one to
Dilip Walse Patil is from the NCP.
Dilip Walse Patil is
that's
from the
that's
NCP.
the Ambegaon seat.
So the Ambegaon seat, so NDA one lead for the NCP, so and one lead others. So three leads that have come in. Those are the party breakups. Understand that here at the bottom of the screen you have overall NDA, that's the Mahayuti, BJP, Shiv Sena Eknath Shinde, NCP Ajit Pawar, and then you have the India Alliance here. So INDIA, the overall alliance number, you can find it here. Then you have Congress,
lead from
Shiv Sena,
Vidarbha,
UBT and NCP Sharad Pawar.
from
Vidarbha.
Bhandara, Narendra Bhondekar of the Shiv Sena, the Shinde Sena, he's leading. I think
So,
Bhandara
okay.
Gondia is Mr. Patole's backyard. That's where he hails from. So we now have 4 seats reporting, 2 to the NDA, 1 to the India
So
Alliance.
2 to the NDA, 1 to India Alliance, 1 others, and we've just got some breaking news. Let's quickly do that as we look at the counting leads again. Posters are out by various factions ahead of the result. Eknath Shinde as CM poster in Thane. Uddhav as CM outside Matoshri. Yes, Mayuresh. We'll see if Yesha is also there. Yes, Mayuresh.
Absolutely, Anand. Behind me you can see this poster which clearly says that Kutumba Pramukh Honar Puna Mukhyamantri, which means that if you remember that Uddhav Thackeray was usually says that he is a Kutumba Pramukh, he is a family head of Maharashtra, and the poster also says that he will be made CM again. As we were discussing that somewhere Mahavikas Aghadi is confident. Sanjay Raut also said that they will win seats between 160 to 170 and form the government before 26. And this kind of poster has been already put up just 100 meters away from the Matoshri in Bandra East. And we are seeing that the party workers of all parties have basically put up.
There is a picture outside Matoshri for Uddhav Thackeray. There are pictures for Eknath Shinde in Thane. There you go. And the numbers so far are looking at for the NDA early leads. 4 leads for the NDA. Zaka.
So Dhananjay Munde is also leading from Parli. He's of course fighting with the Ajit Pawar faction. So Ajit Pawar not doing badly. Out of the 4 leads, 3 that we have are for the Ajit Pawar faction of the NCP.
So numbers, 3 leads for the NCP, 1 lead for Shiv Sena Eknath Shinde, 4 for NDA, 1 for the INDI, that is Shiv Sena Uddhav Balasaheb Thakeray's team that is leading, 1 other is there. To the panel here, legacy fight, 51 seats. If Eknath Shinde gets 55 seats, that conversation that we are doing, that means Uddhav Thackeray Sahab, Dhanush Baan
As I'm saying, this is a crucial survival battle for at least 3 of these parties. Let's be very honest. they will cease to exist if they do very badly. So, there's a lot at stake.
This is a political field which has been extremely fragmented. There's been a lot of opportunistic toing and froing. Ideology has gone out of the window. Convenience has come in through the door. And what this will also do is kind of settle the Hindutva question as well, because Balasaheb Thackeray was the Hindu Hriday Samrat, the original one. And there are two factions of the Shiv Sena there. And the battle for authenticity is on. So the BJP is very much invested in the Shiv Sena battle for their own ideological reasons. I think it will also decide on who has the real Hindutva in their tower.
Well, 6 leads as we speak.
Yeah,
Yes.
we have one lead for the NCP Sharad Pawar from the outskirts of Pune in Pimpri. Dr. Sulakshana Shilwant is leading in the Pune seat. We have one more for NCP SP, that's Parner Rani Lanke of the NCP SP is leading. So right now it seems like at least the first lead for the BJP. The first lead for the BJP is again from Vidar, from Melghat, Keval Ram Kale of the BJP is leading. So it's running up now for the NDA, 6 to the NDA, 3 to the India Alliance. Congress has not opened its account yet. We will see how that happens and when that happens. From Akot, the VBA candidate, the Vanchit Bahujan Aghadi, the VBA Prakash Ambedkar's candidate is leading in 1 seat there in Vidarbha. So we have 11 seats, 6 to the NDA, 3 to the India Alliance, 2 already to the others. And Rohit was mentioning this, none of the exit polls gave too much to the others. Let's see, already within the, yeah.
BJP ka second lead bhi aa gaya, 7 NDA.
All right.
That's it will get refreshed on the wall it takes about 15 seconds. Jharkhand counting numbers have not yet started coming in. They should come in very, very soon. But 732, that's the number. Others are also now featuring on the leaderboard. Will that be a huge factor? A lot of pollsters have not given others those many numbers. Nalin, Aman.
See, Anand, one figure I have from the BJP, which adding on to what Rohit was saying, more women voters. BJP is saying that 53 lakh more women have voted in these elections compared to 2019. That's a huge number. In the 2019 election, about 2.53 crore women had voted at 59.26% vote. This time, 3.06 crore women voters, 65% voting percentage, a higher woman voting, 53 lakh more women, I think.
तो फिर जो फंडे आप महाराष्ट्र में लगा रहे हो वो झारखंड में जेएमएम कांग्रेस को जाना चाहिए.
Absolutely, हो सकता है,
तो उनका भी रनअवे.
So we have two Mumbai seats now reporting, 3 in fact Mumbai seats reporting. Vile Parle, BJP candidate Alvani Parag is leading there in the Atul Bhatkalkar is leading from Kandivali East. Shiv Sena UBT is also opened from Kalina. Sanjay Potnis of the Shiv Sena UBT has opened his account there. So Mumbai seats are also now reporting. Out of 16, 8, 6 and 2.
Yeah, INDIA Alliance catching up. Now it is 8, 6 and 2. Neck and neck fight hoga ya dhire dhire lead kholegi Rahul Shankar.
Lokniti actually gave 20% of the vote share, approximately that much to the others. Now that's a significant vote share. So look, I mean, and yesterday we were getting news that everyone was also speaking to the independents and all of that. So it's all happening. Let's not discount anything.
More Mumbai seats. The Mumbadevi seat, Amin Patel, he's up against Shaina NC. Amin Patel is leading in the Mumbadevi seat. And in Kolaba, as you'd expect, Rahul Narvekar, who was the speaker, he's leading in the Kolaba seat. So in Mumbai, now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seats reporting. The BJP has 3, SSUBT has 1 and Congress leading in 1.
So now BJP slowly opening up the leads, 5 leads for the BJP, 4 for the NCP Ajit Pawar, 10 for the NDA, 6 for the INDIA Alliance. So the leaderboard is right at the top. You can see the overall leaderboard and also the breakup of the parties. So this is Mahayuti, this is Mahavikas Aghadi and then this is Jharkhand, ladies and gentlemen. So the Jharkhand numbers have not yet started coming, but Maharashtra numbers are coming here. Maharashtra numbers are right at the top. 10, 6 and 2. Overall the parties, who is performing well, because these strike rates will matter, Rahul. Strike rates for each individual group will matter because that will also give them the heft, bargaining power.
That's right. I mean, this is looking tight. I mean, very initial. But as the leads are sort of clocking up on both sides, aren't they? It's not as if there's just a one side, taking. If 170 is on the cards, as someone was saying, then that number is not looking very positive. Let's just put it that way. But this is very early days, very early days.
One in Western Maharashtra in a seat called Ashti. Suresh Das of the BJP is leading. NCP Ajit Pawar, like I said, again, one more seat reporting from Western Maharashtra in Shevgaon. Monica Rajiv Rajale of the BJP is leading. So in Western Maharashtra, which is of course the fight between the NCP versus NCP, BJP has opened up 2. Like I said, NCP Ajit Pawar opening up leads in about 4 constituencies already. So that's the situation as of now.
They're putting up posters for Ajit Pawar in Pune. In Thane, it is Eknath Shinde. In Mumbai, there it is Matushri. And of course, there is Devendra Fadnavis who's sitting there at Meghdut, perhaps right now, right next to his Sagar residence. He's sitting there and he's watching what is going on.
Rohit Pawar is leading. Rohit Pawar is leading from Karjat, of course, again from the Pawar clan. So NCP SP now has 3. Including the Pimpri seat in Pune.
BJP has gone up to 6 leads, NDA 12, now it's come back, it's 11 and 7. So there is a toss-up, there is a close fight happening somewhere where the leads, as the early leads, are it's a give and go, it's quite tight.
I think it's in Vidar, this is in the Bandhara seat. Now the Congress candidate has taken a lead there, Pooja Thawakar.
But there's one more addition to the NDA, 7 to BJP now, Zaka. So it's going to be busy on the wall for you. So
in Mumbai. Mumbai is reporting now from Charkop. Yogesh Sagar of the BJP is leading. Atul Bhatkalkar I mentioned, but Charkop is now the seat that is just reporting. Yogesh Sagar of the BJP is leading.
Charkop towards that Anushakti Nagar, Mankur, that region. On that side, you will have the Charkop coming in between Andheri, that region there. Rohit Chandavarkar.
One thing we can see, Anand, is there's too much competition among leaders in the Mahavikas Aghadi to put up their hoardings and posters. Perhaps the flex material has become too cheap nowadays.
But Konkan and Mumbai is a very crucial region, really, for the Mahayuti. Let's be very honest. 43 out of 75, this entire belt from Mumbai all the way down the coast, very important, because if they don't hang on to that and they start gaining in Vidar, it's going to cancel each other out, because they did really fantastically well last time in the Lok Sabha.
In Ghatkopar East, the BJP candidate there, Parag Shah, is leading. In Dharavi, Dr. Jyoti Gaikwad of the Congress is leading. So again, Mumbai reporting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seats BJP is leading in Mumbai.
Early leads show trends towards the NDA, ladies and gentlemen. To our viewers, 15, 8 and 2. What's the update at the live result hub? The results are coming in, leads are coming in thick and fast. Avantika.
Yeah, Anand, some early leads coming in right now. We're just getting to hear that Rahul Narvekar from the BJP is leading Mumbai City. Then from Bir, Dhananjay Pandit Rao Munde, NCP, Ajit Pawar. From Sholapur, Siddharam from the INC. Pune Pimpri, Dr. Sulakshana from the NCP, Sharad Pawar group. So these are just very, very early leads coming in right now. But, I'm just going to take it here. I'm just waiting. Yeah, okay. प्रशांत फ्रॉम लोकनाथ इज जॉइनिंग अस राइट नाउ. प्रशांत, एक बारी बताइए कि बहुत बड़े बड़े लीड्स आ रहे हैं. ही इज ऑन द फोन राइट नाउ बिकॉज ही इज गेटिंग अ लॉट ऑफ कॉल्स. ही इज बीइंग इनंडेटेड विद कॉल्स. द रिपोर्टर्स कॉलिंग हिम अप बिकॉज द लीड्स हैव स्टार्टेड कमिंग इन नाउ वेरी स्लोली. फ्रॉम बीड, सुरेश दास ऑफ द बीजेपी. रोहित पवार, एज आई सेड, हैज बीन लीडिंग. राहुल नावरेकर फ्रॉम द बीजेपी लीडिंग एज वेल. प्रशांत, बताइए सम बिग नेम्स, सम बिग लीड्स कमिंग इन राइट नाउ. अभी इनिशियली है,
अभी तो बहुत इनिशियल है, लेकिन रोहित पवार जो है करजत जामखेड़ से वो अपने को हमें आगे दिख रहे हैं. उसके बाद में हम लोग दिख रहे हैं दिलीप वैसे पाटिल जो है वो आगे दिख रहे हैं, जो बड़ा नाम है. उसके पूना से है वो, साथ में बीड़ से धनंजय मुंडे अभी आगे दिख रहे हैं. साथ में हम देखेंगे सुनील देशमुख जो है अमरावती से, वो आगे दिख रहे हैं. बड़े नाम है ये. उसके बाद में वीआईपी अगर देखेंगे हम, वेरी वीआईपी जो है, सब जो बड़े 13 चेहरे जिनके ऊपर चर्चा चल रही है, खासकर बाला साहब थोरात जो है वो अभी आगे हमको दिख रहे हैं. और ये सब ये पहले रुझान है पोस्टल के. अभी और थोड़ा रुकना पड़ेगा और उसके बाद ही हमें पता चलेगी कौन आगे है और कौन पीछे.
Right. So postal ballots, early leads. Nana Patole is leading. Bala Saheb Thorat is leading. Rohit Pawar is leading. If you look at the Shiv Sena head-to-head contest, those seats, those leads are not coming through. But the BJP versus Congress head-to-heads, early on leads, it looks like somewhere those places the BJP is perhaps having a better strike rate.
Interestingly, in Jalna seat, the Shinde Sena candidate there, Arjun Khotkar, is leading. Jalna, of course, important because Jarangi Patil started his whole fast and stuff from there. He's from there.
Well, the BJP has to continue its fairly decent showing in the Lok Sabha in Konkan, Mumbai and Khandesh. They have to make sure that those numbers are banked.
But we also saw a certain surge in voting in the Konkan region again.
That's right.
And one of the aspects is Rohit Nalin Vain on this, that has Eknath Shinde really put in the hard yards? Has he now become a brand on his own and tried to really rise tall in the last 6-8 months, years time?
In my view, there have been 2 phases to his chief ministership. In the beginning, it was Eknath Shinde con. For a while, there was a dip there. But in the last 7-8 months, there's been a major shift. A lot of that has got to do with the Mukhyamantri, the
Ladki Behan
Yojana, and the way he's been out there campaigning. So I think something has shifted with him. I think people are connecting to him in the last 6-7 months in a way that they did
There's
not
also a
earlier.
substantial Muslim and non-Buddhist, Dalit vote there. So we have to look at those. If those consolidate, there's been a mad scramble really for that Buddhist vote, the Buddhist Dalit vote, then there's the non-Buddhist Dalit vote, then there is the Muslim vote, we know. So this is a very interesting mosaic really of the state. And that ache hai, to safe hai, the impact of that will be felt here.
Well, Rahul Narvekar is leading from Kolaba. You're getting the key race alerts here to the left or to your right when you're watching the screen. That's where the key race alerts will come. As you're watching the screen to your left, you will see the Jharkhand numbers. At the bottom, you would see the breakup of the Mahayuti and the Mahavikas Aghadi or the NDA and the India Alliance parties, the big parties here at the bottom. Top will give you the overall picture. NDA versus the India Alliance. What's the story? 18-13. So some catch-up happening.
Yeah,
Flaka.
Sena UBT has suddenly sort of opened up a few seats. In Khed Alandi, Babaji Kale of the SSUBT is leading. You have another seat up again in the north. In Nifad, Anil Kadam of the SSUBT is leading in that seat. Then you have another one in Marathwada, close to, in Ausa. Dinkar Mane of the SSUBT is leading. So they've opened up a few seats outside of Mumbai. You traditionally think of them as a Mumbai party, but outside of Mumbai, they're leading in 3 constituencies. Also in Pimpri Chinchwad, so in Pimpri, the Congress, the NCP SP candidate, Dr. Shilwant is leading, whereas in Chinchwad, the BJP candidate, Shankar Jagtap, is leading. So,
the one number that we need to keep looking at in the India Bloc is the Congress number 4. They have contested 102 seats.
Yeah.
If the Congress doesn't pull its weight, then there's a problem. So we just have to keep looking at that Congress number, the conversion factor of the Congress. Last election, it did fairly well by its own standards. And so it will at least want to match that conversion number. If it doesn't, there's a problem.
See, the other two is also a story. BJP, Congress, largest parties, 2 larger national parties were contesting from their own sides the most number of seats. But वो शिवसेना, NCP legacy fight है. वो भी बहुत important है कि किसको कितना मिल रहा है उधर. Yes, Nalin.
Can I say something out of syllabus?
Yeah.
This is one score we are tracking. Some of us are tracking another score. India has just taken 2 more wickets.
Oh, they taken 2 more wickets.
Hey, when people go and watch cricket
99 for 9.
79 for 9.
79 for 9.
Nalin will keep giving you all updates, but do keep watching
Yeah,
this.
keep watching this. Don't divert the audience.
Give your cricket updates.
No, we'll give the cricket updates here, so you keep watching this only. That's what we are also trying to say. See, there is a good performance that's happening in Perth, but that was a very
also padded up.
Very sticky wicket. But Maharashtra and Jharkhand are also very sticky wickets. Tricky wickets, yeah.
Tricky, turning.
Taking cue from what Rahul was saying about Congress number, I'm a little surprised about Uddhav Thackeray's number also.
Yes.
We didn't, obviously this is very initial, these are initial stages, but all of us thought, and I also thought that Uddhav was the weakest link in the Mahavikas Aghadi, but it looks like he's neck and neck with Congress, that is 5 places he's leading. So that is a kind of a surprise.
No, but they have also put in some hard yards. Have they put in some effort? Did you see Mashal anywhere? Did you see active campaigning? See, registering a new political symbol. How easy or difficult is it, and how have they been able to do it in Maharashtra? Aman, Pallavi, Distula, yeah.
Well, I actually did a bit of this thing, like work on this during the Lok Sabha election, because that was the first time these symbols got an outing. And there was a door-to-door campaign, there was a familiarization campaign by both the NCP Sharad Pawar and the Shiv Sena UBT on their new symbols. Because Sharad Pawar has form on this, you see, because in 98-99 he went into elections with a new symbol, and they narrowly kind of came, behind the Congress, because a lot of their supporters said, "हाँ, आपको ही वोट दिया है, हाथ को वोट दिया है." So their clock symbol hadn't clocked, so they knew what they were getting into, and they really did.
So this Ghadi, Tutari, Mashal, Dhanush, there is clarity or confusion?
They took all steps to make sure that there was familiarization and little hooks, to remember
BJP
what
as a
symbol
party
belonged to
now
which party.
has more leads than the India Alliance put together on the leaderboard right now. On the leaderboard right now.
Yeah. In Marathwada, suddenly the BJP has opened up a whole bunch of seats in Bhokar, where Ashok Chavan's daughter is fighting from. She's leading there. In the neighboring constituency of Mukhed, Dr. Tushar Rathod is leading. and then you have Kinvat, where Bhima Rao Ramji Keram of the BJP. So if you look at the map, suddenly in Marathwada, even in places like Jalna, the Shinde Sena candidate is leading. In Partur, which is the neighbouring constituency, the BJP candidate there is leading. So you see a lot of orange
5 months
in
back
Marathwada.
I mean, the MVA, the Mahayuti bombed in Marathwada, 12 out of 46.
Ajit Pawar is doing better than Sharad
Ajit
Pawar.
Pawar is also doing very well.
And the BJP in that bloc, the BJP conversion, at least I don't know how many seats that are being called right now, but
the leads are out of
28. They're doing pretty well in that
Can I
bloc.
make a small point?
Leads
here?
are out of
An
45
important-
seats. Maharashtra has 45 seats. Yeah.
There you go.
It's very early trend right now, but in the seats where Congress had led in the 3 months ago in the Lok Sabha election, there are trends for 4 such seats available right now. All 4 of them NDA is winning at the
There you
moment.
go. So
but it's still very early.
clearly-
But the trend is saying something in the
Clearly there is a confusion. At least we can reflect that. This is not a vote for continuity immediately. Let's not jump to those
48
conclusions.
में से
but
31 NDA के पास है,
Absolutely.
19 is with the BJP. BJP has more leads from the India alliance put together right now. So clearly it's moving one way directionally. Early on. These are early stages. Round 1 is not yet complete. I don't think it's even begun. It's 8:30 on the clock. By about 9:30, 3 rounds should get over. So the next hour, you will see more of these
BJP
leads
has
coming
to
to the
look
fore.
at a 54% plus conversion rate if it has to make an impact, and if it has to, I'm not talking about 170, I'm not talking about 200, I'm just talking about 150. That's the real target.
If their
isn't it?
projection internally, Rahul, is 95 seats out of 150 odd that they are contesting, so they clearly are looking at a far higher than 55% conversion.
No, I'm saying the least pain.
Least pain, yeah.
Yes,
on
least pain.
this point, Rahul, we were talking earlier in the morning about the importance of BJP Congress straight fights, right?
Yes.
What's happening there?
Yes.
12 stands are available. NDA is ahead in 9 of them at the moment.
All right. So the Chief Minister's constituency
When you say
in
NDA, I mean
in
BJP.
Kopri, the Chief Minister Eknath Shinde is leading. In the neighbouring constituency in Thane, again Sanjay Kelkar of the BJP is leading. So BJP opening up some leads in the city, in Mumbai and its outskirts. Like I said, in Vile Parle, the BJP candidate is leading. In Charkop, the BJP candidate is leading. In Kandivli East, the BJP candidate is leading. So now we have from the outskirts, from Thane, the BJP candidate, and then also from Majiwada, again the Shiv Sena Shinde candidate there leading. So Shinde is doing well in the outskirts.
नहीं,
Thane.
बराबर हो गया. देखो ना, if you look at the screens, Akka just turned around and see now Shiv Sena, both are now level on. So Eknath Shinde has come through. And go back to June 4th, when we are doing result day, your eye was on Maharashtra. The early plotting itself is very different from what we are seeing
what it
now.
is Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. In fact, the
And
NDA
can we
is
also
running
look
away
at the
with it.
VIP seats, because that'll give you an idea of anti-incumbency. Let's have a quick look.
We'll go to Avantika. There are 13 or 14 VIP seats which are being tracked, and we'll try and get Avantika to get us an update along with Prashant or Brajesh on the VIP seats in Maharashtra. More leads coming through.
Again, in Jalgaon, where again, I'm talking about, northern Maharashtra, where this whole onion crisis was there 3 months ago. The Shinde Sena candidate is leading from both the Jalgaon rural constituency and the Jalgaon city constituency. So I think clearly they have made up lost ground.
Mahim abhi nahi aaya. It's not plotting. Mumbai, he's opened up there. ये उठा हुआ है. Mahim has not come.
to count, and वहाँ से रुझान नहीं आया. क्या चल रहा है मुंबई में?
No, we don't have the counting for
No, the
Mahim
numbers
yet.
have not come because a lot of the counting centers will start releasing data over a period of time, and that's why we are seeing the leads only out of 55 out of 288 seats, ladies and gentlemen. And this is why it's going to take some time. That's why we are saying
If
trust
the
the
PM
numbers on the
slogan
screen in front
has
of
traction
you.
on the
These are the
ground-
numbers that you can trust. 36, 17, 2, 22 leads for the BJP. Shiv Sena is at Shiv Sena Eknath Shinde. 6, NCP Sharad Pawar. 8. This is India Alliance 17. Their India Alliance put together is less than the BJP right now.
It's beginning to fall back now.
And
It's
it's now
fall back. Yes. I mean, look, I just wanted to ask you, because you also went there, if the PM slogan is starting to get traction, you'll see it in this Mumbai coastal belt quickly. You'll begin to see that opening up.
Yes, it will.
And Vidar.
And also,
And Vidar.
like what lot is made about the BJP Congress direct fights, but I think BJP's real target is also the Shiv Sena UBT. See, Shiv Sena UBT voter is essentially the Hindu voter,
That's right.
and that is why the BJP slogan "Ek hai to safe hai." The more the strike rate of Uddhav Thackeray falls, the better you may see the BJP and
Good
the
point.
NDA do, because BJP feels that Uddhav Thackeray is going to collapse in this election because "Ek hai to safe hai" slogan is ringing true, And I think we have to keep a close watch also on Shiv Sena, UBT. What is their strike rate? They're contesting a lot of seats. 85 seats.
One of the important parts is that the Shiv Sena at that time during Lok Sabha itself, Eknath Shinde had said 19% of the 20% of the Shiv Sena, core Shiv Sena voter had voted for the Dhanush Ban and for Eknath Shinde. The Shiv Sena UBT had benefited from the Congress NCP voter, and even in Mumbai they made a case out of it. Somewhere, not just the BJP, I think Eknath Shinde has done a lot of work to ensure that the core Hindutva Shiv Sena Balasaheb Thackeray voter is with him. And if Eknath Shinde wins his constituency against Kedar Dige, then perhaps that's the biggest statement also.
On that point, I think it is, I just wanted to highlight the fact that in the Lok Sabha elections, the Shiv Sena UBT benefited from a massive counter mobilization of Muslims, right?
Yeah.
There was it worked totally, and the Muslim vote transferred to the Shiv Sena UBT, paradoxically.
Yes.
So, it was the original party of Hindutva. In this election, Uddhav Thackeray has spoken about 1992 and said that, and made overtures to the Muslim community again. And I think Eknath Shinde has zoomed in on that point, on the question of Hindutva.
Correct, not just Hindutva, the fact that he is towing a line totally opposite to what Balasaheb Thackeray, his own father had a position, how far the sun has shifted away.
And the larger political picture is that if this trend holds, then the project that Narendra Modi and Amit Shah had started in 2014 to replace Shiv Sena as the predominant Hindutva party in Maharashtra, then you may be seeing the next stage in that.
Dhanush Ban sort out ho gaya, legacy sort out ho gaya, and there is no family Thackeray thing. Rahul, just coming to you after going straight across to Avantika. 14-19, lead has opened up. Yes, Avantika, key states, key races. Yes, update.
Absolutely. Eknath Shinde is leading right now, Anand, and this place is buzzing here. The phones are constantly ringing. बताइए प्रशांत जी, आप बड़े-बड़े leads के बारे में बता रहे थे, अभी some big names.
अभी तक 63 जगहों से लीडिंग आगे आई है, जानकारी मिली है.
नाना पटोले भी लीड कर रहे हैं.
नाना पटोले लीड कर रहे हैं, एकनाथ शिंदे लीड कर रहे हैं, रोहित पवार लीड कर रहे हैं, साथ में आदित्य ठाकरे भी लीड कर रहे हैं अभी.
फडणवीस, देवेंद्र फडणवीस का कोई अपडेट है?
अभी देवेंद्र फडणवीस का जानकारी आई नहीं है, थोड़ी से देर में उनकी भी जानकारी आ जाएगी.
And Anand, I just want to tell you that I don't know which numbers are being showing by which channel, but Jharkhand still we don't have the numbers. I've been checking constantly. Everyone is monitoring it here. Brijesh ji, just very quickly, ki Jharkhand mein what's happening? Why the numbers are not coming in yet?
Look, in Jharkhand, the process of counting of the votes has just got started because the process is slow at each and every center. For example, look at Hazaribagh. They have opened their strong room just a few minutes back. So it is only expected after 10 to 15 minutes to get the first trend. So that's why in Jharkhand we have no figures, because whatever the authentic information we'll get, we'll show to our viewers.
Absolutely. Immediately then, Anand, we'll just get those numbers.
We'll take the screenshots of any of the channels putting numbers for Jharkhand. The strong rooms are only opening now. Another 10 minutes. That's why it is 000 in Jharkhand. Wherever the numbers are coming in, the calls are coming in. You can hear the calls buzzing, ringing at the Maharashtra hub where Avantika is at the live result hub. This is live result hub verified numbers, ladies and gentlemen. They are right, and that's why trust these numbers. 44 leads to the NDA, 18 to the INDIA alliance, 3 others. Let's go across to Yesha Kotak joining us from a very, very important point where there is a poster. What does that poster say, Yesha?
Anand, I'll take you right through what the poster in fact says. This is at Thane. This in fact is the place, Wagle Estate in Kishan Nagar. This is in fact one of the places which is known to be stronghold of Eknath Shinde, particularly because Eknath Shinde has his roots from here. His first shakha is from here. In fact, you know, when he was just a Karyakarta, one of his first houses is right here. So even on the day of Diwali, we had seen how Shrikant Shinde had visited this place. And before filing the nomination, Eknath Shinde had visited this very residence of his, taken blessings of people at Kishan Nagar Wagle Estate before he could file his nomination. And now we see right here, there's a poster which says Sahib Punha Mukhyamantri Honar, which clearly means that Eknath Shinde will become the chief minister again. Anand, over yes. And Anand, over the last couple of days, you know, we've seen how there has been a constant posture where it all started before the elections, where Devendra Fadnavis' poster was put up by Karyakarta saying he should be the chief ministerial face. On having asked him this question, he had laughed out. In fact, when Ravi Raja was joining BJP, when this question was asked to him, he said this should go uncensored. We'll answer this question later. When Amit Shah was asked this question, he said we'll discuss about this after the elections. In fact, even Ajit Pawar had said that the discussion, the answer to this will be after elections.
Yes.
However, we saw this poster for Ajit Pawar becoming chief minister at Pune and Baramati yesterday, and today it is Eknath Shinde's poster
Everybody is
Yes, ma'am.
making their posts. There are supporters who will come out and put these posters, and there is a certain level of posturing with these posters. But the fact is that it is the Sangathan which has to decide this based on where the numbers settle. If somebody is at a critical point where their 15 seats or 20 seats are going to influence the result and who's going to be in power, obviously they'll have the bargaining power. But if that is not the case, then the person with the highest strike rate or perhaps the single largest party will stake claim. We'll have to wait and watch. Right now, the BJP is the single largest party. Look at NCP Sharad Pawar and look at NCP Ajit Pawar. Look at the difference. 11 and 4.
NCP Ajit Pawar is doing pretty well, not just in Western Maharashtra. Look at the Pune seats. In the Pimpri seat, we were talking about the SP candidate was leading earlier. Now, the NCP Ajit Pawar candidate is leading. In Hadapsar, which is again outskirts of Pune, the NCP Ajit Pawar candidate is leading. Even in a place like Vidarbha, which is not their sort of backyard, which is not their region, in a constituency called Tumsar, it's the NCP Ajit Pawar candidate who's leading. So Ajit Pawar has managed to wrest back whatever he lost. He had only one Lok Sabha MP out of 4 that they contested in Wai. Lakshman Rao Jadhav Patil of the NCP Ajit Pawar is leading. Then you have, of course, Dilip Valse Patil, who is leading from Ambegaon. So even, Western Maharashtra you would expect, but even in a place like Nanded, for example, one seat, Loha, it's the NCP Ajit Pawar candidate who's leading. In Nanded city itself, the Nanded South seat, the Congress candidate is leading. The Nanded city seat, the North seat, the Shiv Sena Shinde candidate is leading. BJP's got a lot of openings in Nanded.
Congress is now building up leads, gotten into double digits, 10 now. So where are they plotting?
Vidarbha is slowly opening up. You have one Congress lead in Sabner. You have 2 in the Gondia Bhandara and the neighboring constituency of Sakoli, which is Nana Patoli's constituency. So in Vidarbha, as it's slowly opening up, Vidarbha will report a little later than than Western Maharashtra. You are seeing some pickups for the Congress, but right now it's going almost at a ratio of 2:1.
Yeah, or more than 2:1, 43-21 as of now.
Yes. Saying, interesting trend. The CNN News 18 tracker is showing that in Maratha dominant seats, out of these 44 seats of NDA, 22 are seats which are Maratha dominant. NDA is leading 15 of those.
Well, in fact, if you look at the Marathwada region, Nanded, Latur, Beed, that belt, it's the BJP that's doing well. You see much more saffron here than you see blue.
So vote transfer is happening.
Yeah, and 2 important blocks. 2 important blocks we talked about. Maratha and Marathwada and Vidarbha.
So that's one point. That's one point. The second point I want to make it that in Dalit seats, again the India is leading 6 to 2.
That's an important number.
Now if you combine these two, these were the 2 vote banks that the BJP lost 3 months ago.
They sank them. Yes, absolutely. So, and if the conversion is happening, that's good news initially for the BJP, I think, and for the NDA. That's an important marker. That's a very important marker. But look, let's keep our eyes focused on Vidarbha. That race is the one that holds the key. Marathwada, I think, is giving this initial lead to the BJP. It's giving the lead to, I suppose, the Shiv Sena also there. So that's where you're seeing these leads coming from. Vidarbha is absolutely a dark area, so to speak, right now. We don't know what's happening, and that could change.
Hardly about 5 or 6 seats that are reporting from Vidarbha, and there it's sort of evenly
also
split.
Election-wise, I think Vidarbha election, before the BJP manifesto was released, there was still a lot of anger against the BJP amongst the cotton and the soybean farmers because obviously the MSP issue was very big. But once the BJP manifesto got released, when these promises were announced for both cotton farmers and soybean farmers, and don't forget, BJP has promised a full loan waiver in Maharashtra. This is the state, Maharashtra, but after I think many state elections, and correct me Sula if I'm wrong, BJP has promised a full loan waiver. BJP doesn't really do that.
They don't go in for that.
They don't go in for that. In fact, Congress has promised a loan waiver only till ₹3 lakh. BJP has promised a comprehensive loan waiver. So I think this is a factor BJP feels will swing with her for it, and when the leads start coming,
well, if you look at it,
fourth
of the seats showing leads, out of which the NDA has won an overwhelming proportion. Now, if this continues, every quarter you build, and if this is the conversion rate, it's looking good right now initially. I don't know if it will hold for the rest of the state.
And BJP as a party has more than the India Alliance put together. That's again bragging rights.
The big problem with Ajit Pawar, even in the general election, had been that there was no vote conversion. There was actually a lot of resentment in the NDA bloc, the RSS also, about him, that he basically personified everything that the BJP had been fighting against in Maharashtra, and to co-opt him had been a very, very uneasy fit. This time around, I was told that every seat they had a coordination committee that they had set up. They said we can't have what happened during the general elections happen anymore. You know, whatever votes are there for the NDA as it is, Mahayuti as it has to go to the candidate.
This time the RSS was there.
Yes.
And can I say
compared to the 4th of June?
Can I say some of that seems to be reflecting in two interesting trends. We've been talking about Vidar. Vidar at the moment is neck and neck between NDA and India, but Marathwada, the NDA is sweeping at the moment. If this trend holds, it's 16-6 at the Marathwada.
That's exactly what the map is showing.
That's the heart of the Maratha agitation.
The magic wall is showing the same thing. Look, if you look at it, Marathwada is going.
In fact, even NCP Ajit Pawar is doing well in Marathwada, which is sort of counterintuitive.
Actually,
if you think
BJP very tactically did not fight as many seats as it used to in
Marathwada.
It gave away a lot of seats to Eknath Shinde and some to NCP Ajit Pawar.
Ajit Pawar, so kept the fight regional there. Yes.
Almost half the seats are being contested by Ajit Pawar and Eknath Shinde in Marathwada.
So they were very tactical about it. They said if there is anger against us,
what
but
do you make of that? I mean, this whole, even in Jalna, you have the Shinde Sena candidate who's leading.
Eknath Shinde being a
That's right. It's clearly, I mean, Eknath Shinde and Ajit Pawar's credit. I did not think Ajit Pawar would do so well. I mean, he's gone into double figures already in the initial trends. General impression was that there would be a sympathy factor for Sharad Pawar and the Maratha vote would go against NDA. But that seems to have not worked. That theory has not really worked.
Or is it the state versus centre funda? Lok Sabha election, Supriya Sule will get the numbers. State election, it is Ajit Pawar and Ajit
that's
Dada.
exactly what I felt on the ground. I mean, Ajit Pawar was going booth to booth, and Supriya Sule and Sharad Pawar, after they cast their vote by 9 o'clock, they drove away to Pune. You know, these were the optics which you know, strike people. It seemed like they've given up the fight. I saw that kind of resignation in them. Whereas Ajit Pawar was on foot and he cast his vote bang at 7 a.m. when it opens, and then he went on to every booth in Baramati.
But if Ajit Pawar does well, I don't know how comfortable NDA will be at the end of the day, because if Ajit Pawar gets a lot of numbers, then maybe
there is no comfort and discomfort.
I don't think. Look, if you get to form the government, you can take a lot of indignities in your stride.
No, and not just that.
And Ajit Pawar wins a lot.
And not just that. In this case, all three of them have shown to be very strong leaders and powerful administrators. In fact, the Mahayuti can say that three people who are good administrators or who have been able to show they can work with the Sangathan or with their respective Sangathans, and they can also organize themselves. Eknath Shinde, Devendra Fadnavis and Ajit Dada Pawar. So if they have worked the last 18 months, there's no reason why they won't. It's just that the overall numbers, if it settles at 170, then Ajit Pawar will not be playing truant, and there is no thing about he will leave and go and the whole Sarkar will fall. Eknath Shinde plus BJP can be 150 and they'll be comfortable.
Exactly.
But that is with the assurance that Eknath Shinde will not have second thoughts.
Anand, for the last few years, what we have seen in Maharashtra with all these scamming and, you know, policemen being put in jail and arrests and, you know, all sorts of raids and things, is that the cost of losing power is extremely high in that state. So it's not like the old collegial state that, you know, even if you're out of power, your work gets done and, you know, hey, hail fellow, well met, we are meeting at the assembly, very nice, you know, all
this
of that.
will be a continuance of the current
power
administration.
is very high. Nobody is going to damage, I mean, you know, kind of
50 for the NDA, 50 leads for the NDA out of 80. 50 leads, 5 out of 8 seats right now is being won by the NDA out of the leads early on. And it's about 8:45 on the clock, 45 minutes since some of the counting centers opened, or let's say half an hour since the counting centers started releasing the numbers and early leads. It's 50 leads for the NDA, and more than half of those leads are being contributed by the BJP. 26 leads, 9 for the Shinde Shiv Sena, 3 more than the Shiv Sena UBT, 13 leads for Ajit Pawar's NCP. That is about 6 more than Sharad Pawar's NCP. Zaka, this is significant.
Yeah, Nagpur also, there are 2 seats now reporting. Nagpur North, the Congress candidate there, Dr. Nitin Raut is leading. Nagpur Central, Praveen Datke of the BJP is leading. But I think the big picture, at least, 45 minutes in, is that in Marathwada, where the BJP was expected to do badly because of the Maratha agitation, they're doing extremely well. It's not just the BJP, it's in fact even Ajit Pawar's party, which is doing extremely well in places like Beed, Latur, etc. Let's try and see how this progresses as we progress through the day. Early days yet, but it seems like out of the 80 odd seats that are reporting, the NDA is significantly ahead.
Konkan and Vidar still not plotting too much.
Konkan, just a few seats. Let's just look at the seats. Ratnagiri, you have the Shinde Sena candidate there leading. Aditi Tatkare is leading in her seat in Srivardhan. She's of course NCP Ajit Pawar. In Alibag, the Shinde Sena candidate is leading. So 3-4 seats reporting in the Konkan belt, not too much.
And if you
Even
just
in
begin
Mumbai,
to look at this map, you can see the central swath, which is, Marathwada, little bit of western Maharashtra now beginning to show a lot more saffron. We haven't got much coming in from Vidar actually, but this central belt, and if you even go up to the north, you'll see.
Yeah, that's exactly what's there on the wall. The other thing is that Eknath Shinde has touched double figures. So 10 seats also for Eknath Shinde. Rohit, that's also significant.
To add to that, Rahul
Okay, first lead from Jharkhand. Just quickly, first lead coming in from Jharkhand. हमने कहा था 10 मिनट में आएगा, 10 मिनट में आया, and it is Champai Soren. Champai Soren is the key race alert. Champai Soren is now leading from Saraikela. Champai Soren, the former chief minister of Jharkhand, who then quit camps, quit the Jharkhand Mukti Morcha, joined the BJP, and Champai Soren is the first lead that's coming in, and that's in favor of the NDA. Will this trend hold? It's early days. 81 seats, must only one lead that's plotting in Jharkhand. We'll get to Jharkhand the moment we have about 6-7 leads on Jharkhand. Keep an eye on this column, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jharkhand. To our viewers, this is the Mahayuti versus Maha Agadi. So this is where you have the Maha Agadi, the entire India alliance, and this is where you have the Mahayuti, that is the NDA. Avantika joining us with more details from the live result hub. 52 leads for the NDA now out of 84 leads projected. Yes, Avantika.
Yeah, Anand, the first lead coming in, Champai Soren leading. Brijesh ji is here. Brijesh ji. All right, so I'll just go to him because we have another channel who is speaking. But the first one from Champai Soren, interesting one coming in. And, we are just now waiting. So we'll be getting all those names from Maharashtra. And now the action has shifted to Jharkhand. Champai Soren leading. That's the first one that we've got.
जी पहला रुझान आया सरायकेला से, जहां पूर्व मुख्यमंत्री चंपई सोरेन आगे चल रहे हैं. इस बार वो बीजेपी के टिकट पर चुनाव लड़ रहे हैं. इससे पहले इसी सीट पर ये उनकी परंपरागत सीट रही है. इससे पहले वो जेएमएम के सीट पर जेएमएम के टिकट पर लड़ते रहे हैं.
3 लीड आ गए हैं झारखंड से,
जो है चुनाव चिन्ह बदल दिया. जी एक लातेहार से आया है. वहाँ पर जो शिक्षा मंत्री हैं जेएमएम के टिकट पर बैद्यनाथ राम लड़ रहे हैं, लेकिन वो पीछे चल रहे हैं. बीजेपी के जो उम्मीदवार हैं प्रकाश राम लातेहार से आगे चल रहे हैं. ये एससी के लिए रिजर्व सीट है. और एक और तीसरा रुझान आया मनिका से, वहाँ भी बीजेपी आगे चल रही है, कांग्रेस वहाँ पर पीछे है. जी ये 3 रुझान फिलहाल आया.
So 3 leads there coming in, and Champai Soren leading. That's an interesting one. Someone who just made a switch to the BJP
former chief minister
recently.
is now leading after switching camps. The former minister in the Hemant Soren government is actually trailing to the BJP candidate. And a third one again, where in Latehar, where you have the BJP leading and trouncing the Congress candidate
there are quite
there.
a few seats that are going away from the Congress. I'm seeing this list, and maybe you can just sort of give us more granular data, Nalin, because I'm seeing a bit of a transfer here, seat transfers away from the Congress to the
you're talking Maharashtra.
Maharashtra.
Yeah, Maharashtra.
Yes,
So back to Maharashtra.
Maharashtra, yes.
So at the moment, I want to add to this to something else you were asking Rahul earlier.
Yeah.
How many? One indicator of incumbency or anti-incumbency is ministers, right?
Yeah.
At the moment, we have trends for 11 ministers. All of them are leading.
So that's
at this point in time.
So all 11 ministers, sitting ministers in the Maharashtra government of the Mahayuti, they are leading. That's what Nalin is saying. And interesting, more numbers being plotted. 51 leads for the NDA, 89 now being plotted. Yes.
All right. So again, the big story, the big picture seems to be that the BJP, of course, is the one party that's present everywhere in all regions of Maharashtra. They have a lead in Vidarbha. They're filling up the map in Marathwada, in places like Nanded, Latur, etc. Konkan, we're not getting as much, but there it's either Saffron or it's Shinde Sena or one candidate, Aditi Tatkare of the NCP, Ajit Pawar is leading there. Mumbai seats, about a dozen odd seats are reporting. Again, the BJP doing very well there. The BJP has, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 leads out of the seats that are reporting so far. Shinde Sena opening its account in the outskirts in Thane as well as the neighbouring constituency. But the big picture seems to be that the NDA is running away with it. 90 seats reporting, 53 to the NDA, 34 to the India Alliance.
Interesting in these head-to-head fights also. Shiv Sena, Eknath Shinde versus Shiv Sena, UBT, NCP Ajit Pawar versus NCP Sharad Pawar.
All right. Shiv Sena, Shinde versus Shiv Sena, UBT. 5-4. So it's really neck and neck as far as the two Senas are concerned. Just quickly run through the NCP Ajit Pawar versus NCP Sharad Pawar. There it's NDA 11, India 6. So clearly in the battle of the Pawars, at least as of now, 45 minutes in, 50 minutes in, Ajit Pawar seems to be racing ahead.
So switcheroos is what we should be focusing on. Let's try to look at the...
So on the switcheroos, Congress, out of the seats that Congress was leading in assembly segments 3 months ago in the Lok Sabha election, trends are in for 17. NDA is leading in 8 of them, in the India Alliance in 8. So it's neck and neck. So
It's
which
neck
means
and
that 50% of the seats that the Congress was winning,
that's
we
what I'm
had
seeing.
won
I'm
a few
seeing
months
that.
ago. It's kind of losing this time. As of this moment, it could
as of
change.
this moment.
Yeah, Eknath Shinde is leading from Kopri Panchpakadi. He's up against Kedar Dige. Eknath Shinde says that it was Anand Dige who actually brought him into the party, and a mere auto rickshaw driver, and from there he became an active Shiv Sainik and started working for the Shiv Sena. And if you go back from a place of ignominy, no respect being given, no due being given, to a place where today, from who is Eknath Shinde to saying, is it going to be Eknath Shinde again? That's the transition that's happened for this leader.
I have a point to add, gentlemen, that
Yes,
isn't it?
it
There
is.
are
94
two
leads,
trends.
56 to the NDA, 28 to the BJP, India Alliance 34, with the Congress also now in double digits, 13 leads for the Congress, 11 leads for the NCP Sharad Pawar, Shiv Sena, UBT, the weakest link right now in
that
them.
number of 56 of NDA and 28 of BJP, there are two big trends in that. One is that out of the seats that the Congress was winning 3 months ago, BJP is winning 50% of them. But the seats that BJP was leading in 3 months ago, the NDA is sweeping those seats.
That's
right now.
Sweeping
I'm
those
seeing
seats.
a
So they have only
retention.
consolidated their leads, and they're also pinching seats away from the Congress. Yes, Avantika.
I just want to quickly go to Brijesh ji because this is very important, Anand, and before anyone comes in, Brijesh ji has some very important information just to talk about Jharkhand and the importance of the BJP taking that initial lead in those 3 seats. Brijesh ji.
Avantika, it's very, very important because if you look at our screen, there is lead available for 3 seats in Jharkhand, and this is the same which is already reflected in our software. So it's basically authentic representation of the data. But the first and foremost, the important thing is from Kolhan region, because if you look at the Saraikela seat, from Saraikela, Champai Soren is leading in the first round, and Champai Soren is a veteran of ZMM. Recently shifted to BJP. Yes. Now he is a BJP leader from the Kolhan region. Last time, during the last assembly election, BJP was unable to get a single seat from the Kolhan region. For the first time, if you look at this, the first trend is coming. It's in the favor of BJP. Champai Soren, obviously, he has shifted his vote from JMM to BJP. That's very important, interesting. We have to see that is Champai effect is going to turn more and more seats towards the BJP. Exactly. Then it will be very, very positive development for BJP.
Yeah. Back to the studio, Anand.
Just populating some of the northern Maharashtra seats. Again, this is where the
now,
BJP really needs to run up the numbers, and it is. In Shirpur, the BJP candidate there is leading. In Chalisgaon, again, the BJP candidate is leading. Again, I go back to, what happened 3 months ago, this whole onion crisis, Lasangao, etc., where the BJP lost big. This time, the BJP seems to be making a comeback. Again, in the Marathwada belt, whether it is in Beed, Latur, Nanded, particularly in Nanded district, they have been running up the leads. In Bhokar, for example, Ashok Chavan's daughter is leading in Bhokar. You have the seat of Deglur, where again a BJP candidate is leading. In Mukhed, the BJP candidate is leading. So BJP running up the numbers here in Marathwada, where it was not expected. Now Vidarbha, some more seats are reporting. Dhamangao Railway, BJP candidate leading. Yavatmal, the BJP candidate leading. In Karanja, again BJP candidate leading. So Vidarbha is now slowly beginning to report. We have more information from Katol, where again the BJP candidate is leading. In the seat of Umred, again the BJP candidate is leading. So Vidarbha is now slowly beginning to report numbers, and you're seeing the NDA number going up. So it's running at 2:1, 64 to the NDA and 32 to the India Alliance.
If I may add to what the point Zaka is making about Vidarbha, we mapped about 31 seats on which had farmer distress. NDA is leading in 18 of those at the moment.
18.
And that number is telling, and that's why you're seeing that lead open up in
Yeah,
Vidarbha.
so clearly, whether it's the soybean issue or the cotton issue, BJP seems to have made amends from 3 months ago, and that's why you're seeing a lot more orange here in the Vidarbha belt. Of course, Vidarbha is a must-win, both for the BJP and for the Congress. There are 36 direct fights. Let's take a look at also the direct fights between Congress and BJP across the state. 75 direct fights. Right now, it's 13 to the BJP, 8 to the Congress.
Things opening up. Actually, that's the 6th of,
4-2 in Jharkhand also.
almost.
Jharkhand is also
Yes.
opening up 6 leads. NDA 68 overall, running away 107 out of 288 leads that are being plotted. BJP has 33 leads. Shiv Sena in the Mahayuti has 16 leads. NCP, Ajit Pawar has 17 leads. Now, even in the legacy fights early on, the head-to-head fights, BJP versus Congress strike rates, if you want to see how they will turn out, and also the head-to-head fights between how much they are converting, the strike rates that they will yield, and that will obviously lead into the bragging rights. Clearly, the Shiv Sena and the NCP within the Mahayuti seem to be stealing a march early on. We're still not reporting half of the 288 numbers. When it comes to about 145 leads, we'll see. But clearly, the NDA inching faster towards the 100 mark, and they've opened up that gap. Rohit Chandavarkar, what does this imply? Could this directionally show perhaps a runaway win for the NDA?
It looks like the NDA is doing much better than the Mahavikas Aghadi. That is very clear. And like we said some time back, about an hour back, this is what they expected, and this is what they saw on the ground when voting ended on the polling day. And usually, Anand, we know that the politicians, they are very active on the ground, and their karyakartas, their activists are there in every pocket all over the state, and they are usually aware of what has happened. What's inside the ballot box is known much better by politicians than any other pollsters or any other people. And we could see that in their body language last 2 days. We could see, like we said on the polling day, end of that day, Eknath Shinde's confidence and what his team was telling us. So it looks like, I don't know what number they're going to reach finally, but it looks like they were quite confident and sure about
you look at
what
it,
is happening.
Rohit, the head-to-head fights between the two Senas, we have 13 seats that are reporting. There are 51 direct fights between Shiv Sena, Shinde faction and Shiv Sena UBT faction. Out of the 13 seats, Shinde Sena is leading in 10 and Uddhav Sena only in 3. So I think that gives you a story. Let's also look at the straight fights between the two NCPs. There again, Ajit Pawar is certainly doing better than what he was doing in the Lok Sabha election. There again, it's Ajit Pawar leading in 12 and Sharad Pawar leading only in 6 out of the 38. 20 are reporting out of 38, of which Ajit Pawar is almost twice the leads than Sharad Pawar's party. So both the legacies as they were, 1 hour into counting, it seems like Shinde Sena is definitely having the upper hand in the straight fights with UBT Sena, and also in the fight between the two Pawars, Ajit Pawar is doing much better than Sharad Pawar.
Is there a way to...
The early leads, I think the early leads are in a way similar to the BJP's assessment as well as the exit polls, that the Shiv Sena UBT is collapsing. So far, you can see just 6 leads from Shiv Sena UBT, a party that's contesting over 85 seats, and the BJP Shiv Sena, Eknath Shinde dominating the the NDA camp. Also, even NCP is doing well, but I think this matches with the BJP assessment that BJP
in fact, Sena, Uddhav Thackeray is leading only in 1 seat in Mumbai. Can you imagine? Wow. 1 seat out of 36, they are leading only in 1 seat in Mumbai.
And they are that is at the expense of the BJP. It's a BJP which is surprisingly doing well in Mumbai and Thane, and that is the reason I think Shiv Sena UBT is collapsing.
So at the party level, you are seeing the faction that broke away, which are kind of which are ahead.
Doing better,
at the social matrix level, the 3 social groups that moved away from BJP, Marathas, Dalits. In the Maratha regions, BJP is winning very clearly at the moment, at this point. In the Dalit seats, it's neck and neck, but with NDA slightly ahead of Dhaka, we can bring them up on the magic wall. And in the Kunbi seats, OBC factor, NDA is well ahead. So which was the part of the BJP matrix this time, right? To build an OBC coalition around
Rahul Gandhi's whole, the caste survey, the
Yes,
Maratha
exactly
reservation, none of that, if
Yeah.
you go by these figures, seem to have worked. I mean, Marathwada, I began by saying Manoj Jarange Patil, I don't think at the assembly level is going to be a potent factor. So we were talking about this, Anand. Congress is called a dynastic party, but the fight for legacy was actually between the NCP and the Shiv Sena. But for Congress, it was very important to do well because सबसे ज़्यादा आवाज़ तो उन्होंने उठाया, मतलब शोर उन्होंने मचाया कि हमारा CM होना चाहिए. Like till yesterday, Nana Patole had to be told by Rahul Gandhi that calm down. We are going to take a call on becoming the CM if we get the numbers, and we'll take a call over here. And let's be like a good alliance. Let's show that alliance ka maryada.
It's like if you go back to
But Anand, the question of the caste census now comes into the fore.
He wanted,
now dead
Nana
in the
Patole
water?
wanted him to be
Is it going to be
projected
raised
as
again in another, like Bihar elections next year? Is it going to be raised? Because Bihar elections, it won't be a factor. That state has already done a caste census for whatever it's worth. So is this question now over?
along with the other, the fact is this was an election where the Congress could perhaps have consolidated what it had, its performance in Lok Sabha 2024, where the Congress perhaps had the best strike rate and the best performance. A number 3 party in the Mahavikas Aghadi, which was relegated to the backbenches with 2019, it was a swing of fortunes, and that reaction that was a spontaneous reaction that came from Ritesh Deshmukh, saying finally the Congress is back, it's not done. After the 2019 results in Maharashtra, 2024 results in Maharashtra, Lok Sabha 2024, he campaigned actively, he came out to the fore and campaigned for it, thinking the Congress's resurgence is happening. Here the Congress resurgence is not happening, and that itself is a testament that despite having strong regional leadership and also national leadership, you've not been able to capitalize on your Lok Sabha advantage, what the Congress
in Vidarbha, which is of course the biggest region, it is running away for the NDA. 17 leads to the NDA, a bulk of it with the BJP. The BJP is leading in 13, NCP Ajit Pawar in 2, RYSP in 1, Shinde Sena in 1. And if you look at the breakup for the India Alliance, leading only in 9 out of 62. The Congress is leading in 7, the Sena UBT only in 2. So in Vidarbha, which is the most critical region, the NDA is 17, the India Alliance only 9 seats.
Now this performance of the Congress party, how would you then analyze? Would you not agree if you were to plot the Lok Sabha numbers and the Congress, how it was performing then, the number of the advantage that it had, compared to its performance now, if you look at the leads, 131, 288, 15 leads for the Congress party. You expect them to do better, especially because in 75 seats they're going head to head with the BJP.
Seats, 32 are reporting the NDA has a huge lead, 21 to the BJP, only 9 to the Congress. In those 75 seats, which are head to head, 36 of them are in Vidarbha. It's a big lead for the BJP, 21 to the BJP, only 9 seats to the Congress.
So 89 leads for the NDA out of 132. Look at that strike rate. And if they continue to maintain this strike rate across the 288 seats as the leads start coming in and start consolidating, will that be significant? Bengal, update coming through. Wayanad Bypoll, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra taking a huge lead. Bengal Bypolls, the Trinamool Congress leading in all the 6 seats. Many say it's fait accompli. UP, BJP leading 6 of the 9 seats. As the exit pollsters had predicted, it was going to be a 6-3 or a 7-2 performance, and it seems to be directionally maintaining those trends. But compared to, and the larger trends in Jharkhand is 7-2 out of 9 leads out of 81. NDA is leading in 7 of those. Do you want to quickly look at Jharkhand and what the story in Jharkhand so far is, where the BJP is making gains?
The BJP is winning across. It's winning in eastern Jharkhand. Champai Soren, we mentioned, that was the first lead from Saraikala. He's leading there. In Nirsa, the BJP candidate is leading. In Bari, which is in northern Jharkhand, where the BJP has always had a problem, the tribal belt, the BJP candidate there leading. In Latehar, which is again tribal belt, it's a reserve constituency. There you have the BJP candidate leading. So BJP doing better in the tribal belt than what they've done historically, certainly more than what they've done in the last election. 2 leads to the JMM in Kunti. Ram Surya Munda of the JMM is leading, and in the neighbouring constituency in Torpa also the JMM candidate there is leading. So it's 7-2 in Jharkhand.
Well, but Jharkhand is still early days. We have to say it could be just the postal ballots being counted, because a lot of the counting centers opened only at around 8:30, 8:40, and we started reporting the first numbers only around 8:45 a.m. from Jharkhand. Although Maharashtra started sending in the leads by about 8:25 this morning, ladies and gentlemen. So there is a difference there to our viewers. Let's go straight across. Let's go straight across to Avantika joining us with more. Yes, Avantika.
Yes, Anand, yeah, 7-2, that's what it's looking here in Jharkhand. There, BJP is leading in Dharmad, in Palamu, from Paki. But let me just take a look at the numbers here. Just tell us the leads which have come in right now.
हाँ, एनडीए या 8 सीटों पे आ गए, इंडिया 2 सीटों पे आ गए, जो अभी आया है. झरिया सीट है, वहाँ रागिनी सिंह आ गए हैं, वो बीजेपी की हैं. पांकी से कुशवाहा शशिभूषण मेहता, वो भी बीजेपी के आगे हैं. डाल्टनगंज से आलोक चौरसिया, वो बीजेपी के आगे हैं. निरसा सीट से अपर्णा सेन गुप्ता, बीजेपी, वो भी आगे हैं. बरही से मनोज यादव, बीजेपी, वो भी आगे हैं. और खूंटी और तोरपा, ये 2 सीटें हैं जहां जेएमएम आ गए हैं. तोरपा से
बीजेपी की काफी लीड हो गई है.
जी
हाँ, है, मगर फिर भी अभी बीजेपी की लीड चल रही है.
जी, एक और अभी आ गया रुझान, सिमडेगा, वहाँ भी बीजेपी आ गई है, जबकि कांग्रेस की सीट रही है. लेकिन इस बार देख रही है बीजेपी अभी आगे चल रही है, फिलहाल जो आगे अभी आया हमारे पास. और एक सरायकेला चंपई सोरेन अभी भी अपनी लीड बनाए हुए हैं। लातेहार से प्रकाश राम आ गए हैं, वहाँ से शिक्षा मंत्री जो है जेएमएम के बैद्यनाथ राम लड़ रहे हैं, वो पीछे चल रहे हैं लातेहार से। मनिका से भी बीजेपी आगे है, मतलब 9 सीट पे अभी आगे है बीजेपी और सिर्फ 2 सीट है जहाँ जेएमएम आगे है।
जी, all right. So that's the update, Anand. And Champai Soren still holding on to his lead.
Champai Soren still holding on to his lead, nearing up 100 leads for the NDA. 99 leads for the NDA. Palakkad bypoll early trend giving the BJP a slender lead even as Priyanka Vadra takes a runaway lead in Wayanad. So those bypolls important. There are 48 bypolls across the country that are also taking place even as the counting is underway for Maharashtra and Jharkhand. We'll get you those updates. 9 in Uttar Pradesh, 6 in Bengal, where Trinamool Congress is leading in all the 6. Priyanka Vadra taking a big lead in the Wayanad bypoll. BJP has a slender lead in Palakkad. UP bypolls, BJP leading 6 out of 9. This will again give bragging rights to Yogi Adityanath. Chetan Bhagat, Rashid Kidwai with us. So these 6 or these 9 bypolls in UP are also important.
Above 100.
Okay, 101. NDA 101 leads. Where are bulk of the leads coming in Jharkhand? Then we go across.
Getting in northern Maharashtra, in Dhule, for example, and Devendra Fadnavis cites Dhule. Both in Dhule city and Dhule rural, the BJP candidates are leading. The Shinde Sena candidates are leading in Malegaon. Both the inner seat and the outer seat, both the seats, the Shinde candidates are leading. So clearly, this whole Ek hai to safe hai and Hindus vote is united. This was a point that Devendra Fadnavis made. He used the example of Dhule and it's now coming to bear itself in Malegaon, where he said the one assembly seat sort of overtook 4 other assembly constituencies. Now, BJP is leading in all the seats in Dhule and the Shinde Sena candidates are leading in both the Malegaon
So
seats.
very quickly, some more updates coming through. I don't know if we've actually touched upon these. UP bypoll.
Yeah, 6 out of 9.
6 out of 9.
It's on the screen.
Yeah,
it's on the screen.
And of course, Uttarakhand.
Yeah.
Kedarnath, BJP leading. So that's an
BJP
important
is
one.
leading.
That's
UP 6 out of 9. Chetan Bhagat, Rashid Kidwai, welcome. Good to have you in the studios.
Well, yeah.
Your thoughts?
I mean, should we go home?
No, it's too early.
It's too early?
It's too early, man.
You think it's too early? I think
very
it's going to be the biggest sweep today. Very big election. Some parties' existential crisis. We don't know if we need some of these parties after this, really.
If you look at the bottom grid, Chetan, Shiv Sena, it's Mahayuti and Mahavikas Aghadi. Let's talk about Shiv Sena, Eknath Shinde and Shiv Sena, Uddhav Thackeray. 26 and 6 in the leads. These parties, those strike rates, will this now permanently decide who's got the legacy? Same case with Ajit Pawar, NCP 24 and vis-a-vis Sharad Pawar, NCP 11. Or will there be a difference there because ye local election, this was a local election and that Supriya Sule center?
I mean, it's very simple. I mean, you don't need 2 Shiv Senas. There can only be one. And if both are saying we are the real one, we are the real one, the people have decided. Now, you can discuss till kingdom come whether it's a good decision or bad decision, are the people thinking right or not thinking right, that's for us experts to waste our time on. But the people have decided that this is the one they are going with, and so we don't need the other one. Do we need the other one? What are they?
I mean, just on that point, that's an important point he's made. What was said about Shinde? Money power broke with money power. He bought these people. That debate will be settled tonight.
Sena UBT is leading just in 5 seats.
Exactly. That money factor,
now 4.
The money factor will go out of the window. Then it will be about allegiance and who, of course, is more credible out of the 2. And that's the result.
Exactly 50% of the leads, Rashidji, just bringing your attention to the numbers, 144 out of 288. BJP has touched the 50 number. BJP is leading in 50 seats on its own. The INDI alliance is 35 seats. So the BJP is 15 seats as a party itself more than the INDI alliance in terms of leads right now.
If it has to get 95, that means out of 288, I'm just saying, it has to have 32% conversion rate, which is where it is right now. If you look at the total number of seats, 146, it's on 51. That means it's overperforming. It's outperforming even the 32% number.
And the NDA conversion, 105 out of 146 already. Rashid Kidwai.
So I think, Anand, nothing has worked for the FVA. In this case, they failed to build a narrative. If there was a narrative of katenge, batenge, ek hai to safe hai, that has obviously seems to have worked very well.
नहीं सर बटेंगे कटेंगे सर कटेंगे बटेंगे नहीं है
या
बहुत फर्क होता है
कटेंगे बटेंगे तो उल्टी
there is a difference there. That's why.
So I think the BJP or Mahayuti were able to build a very powerful narrative and there was no counter narrative. I think MVA kept harping on this thing that what happened in Lok Sabha, it will reflect in assembly, etc. And you know, a lot of it is about poll strategy also, and the poll strategist Sunil Kanugolu was there for, there were a lot of complaints, remember, during Haryana, but Congress take no note of it, and the same thing happened. So it's also partly wrong selection of candidates, talking points, etc.
You know, sir, I'll be very honest with you. The subaltern, it's the time of the subaltern. Whichever way you look at it, this is a renunciation of elite politics, okay, and it's global. This phenomena is global, and you're going to see this develop even in our country over a period of time.
Yeah, you just want to read through the bypolls, Rahul. That's the update. Karnataka, NDA leading 2 out of 3 seats. That's
a big one.
And Uttarakhand, early trend gives BJP the lead. You mentioned Kedarnath. Uttar Pradesh, 6 out of 9 is with the BJP. Trinamool Congress. Palakkad, BJP leads 6 out of 9. Palakkad, the UDF has now snatched the lead from the BJP. Priyanka Vadra taking a huge lead, so she will be more or less sitting right next to her brother in the winter session of Parliament in Lok Sabha. Rahul Gandhi, the LOP there. Bengal, Trinamool Congress leading in all 6 bypoll, where the BJP said that the Trinamool has used everything possible to ensure that they take these seats.
Priyanka's entry into Lok Sabha may for the Gandhi family might be a monumental thing, but on the back of the safest seat in India, presumably for the Congress party, will not give her bragging rights. This will only, once again, in the public's imagination, cement the Congress with a particular vote bank. Rahul, the Congress is losing out there.
Rahul, that's your outlook. Many
no, it's not mine. It was actually, even A.K. Antony said this, even after the 2024
electoral politics now, his son has joined BJP. What I'm saying is, congressmen today, they are saying, Priyanka Gandhi aayi hai, nayi Roshni lai hai. What do you say to that mindset?
Sir,
well, Roshni is certainly not happening in Maharashtra. There doesn't seem to be much Roshni in Maharashtra.
On the Maharashtra number, there's some new data in. The Election Commission first data on vote shares and the numbers, and it tells us why the BJP is so ahead. BJP is at 21.3% vote share, early trends right now. The Shiv Sena is at 11.8% and the NCP is at 23.2%. So between these 3 parties, the NDA alliance has got a vast majority.
Yeah.
The UBT, let me just check where the UBT numbers is. Shiv Sena UBT is at 10%.
10%, okay. So that vote share of the Shiv Sena UBT, is it similar to the Eknath Shinde Sena? Or
no, that's 11.
That's 11.
So 11%. But we have to see, is the UBT getting core Shiv Sainiks?
That's right.
Or is it a vote transfer from the Congress NCP that's helping Shiv Sena UBT? And where is Eknath Shinde?
The UBT is doing very badly. The UBT is leading only in 4 seats. And like I said, only in 1 Mumbai seat. Can you imagine that the Shiv Sena, which was the party of Mumbai, you know, it established itself in Mumbai, is leading only in 1 seat, which is the Vile Parle seat. Other than that, the 3 other seats where the Sena UBT is leading is outside of Mumbai. There's 1 seat in Vidarbha. This is the seat
and
of
actually,
Vani.
Zach, we don't even know the quality of the lead in that particular seat.
This could very well change.
It could
could very well change. So I think so far, you know, an hour and 15 minutes into counting, the biggest gainer seems to be the Shinde Sena and Ajit Pawar, and of course the BJP. And the biggest loser certainly seems to be the Sena UBT.
Also the Congress party. One may say that because Ajit Pawar is benefiting from the state and centre perception within the Pawar family, but look at the Congress party and their performance. This is the rocket, and somebody who's rocketing up all the way, bang. It's the NDA inching fast towards the halfway number or magic number of 145.
How many rounds?
That's
the
numbers.
Because, you know,
we'll get a check on how many rounds. We're coming up to 9:15, so we should be at least into the second or third round of counting. We'll get Avantika to get us those details.
Change. We saw that with Haryana. We saw that with Haryana.
117 leads, but in this case, it looks like settling. It seems it is going to settle. There's not going to be a big upswing or this way or the other. Avantika, how many rounds of counting? Let's go across to the live result hub. Yes, Avantika.
3 rounds in Maharashtra and in Jharkhand. Brajeshji, how many rounds done? I think it's only the 1 round only. Ek bari. Brajeshji, how many rounds done? First round only, na? First round in Jharkhand, Anand.
Now, but quickly ask him on Jharkhand, 13 to the NDA. Is it going to buck the trend? Is this going to hold? Because that means that the BJP is wresting Jharkhand from JMM Congress.
Well, it certainly looks like, at least from now, it's the first round still, but we're seeing a massive lead for the BJP. Brajeshji, you were talking about Jharia and how important Jharia is. It was last time to the Congress, and you're seeing that change happening right now.
Jharia is very, very important. It is part of Dhanbad, and Jharia is known globally as the coal hub because most of the collieries are located in Jharia. So last time this seat was with the Congress, And this time, at least the initial trends, it's showing that BJP is leading there, and both contestants, they are from the same family, both are female, and basically they are Devrani and Jethani. So it's a very interesting contest there.
Okay, he's finding it interesting because of the Devrani Jethani contest. But interestingly, yes, the BJP is taking a massive lead in the first round, Anand. Champai Soren is still holding on to his lead. Hemant Soren is also leading right now.
Right, 13 and 8, interesting picture that's been put
We'll
out.
have to look at the tribal.
Hemant Soren, where the whole family is giving each other nice tail malish while he is playing with the dogs.
He was talking about Latehar. The northern Jharkhand is the tribal belt.
The area.
This is something that the BJP has always traditionally found hard to penetrate into. But I think the interesting thing is the gains. Out of the 13 leads, 4 of these seats were either with the Congress or the JMM in the last election, and 4 seats the JMM or the Congress have lost to the BJP. So I think that's the critical factor to keep
and
an eye
a pan
out for.
Jharkhand lead for the BJP, not just one particular region.
It's it's spread across. It's both in the western part as well as in the eastern part. The BJP is, like I said, leading in 13, 4 gains from the previous.
That's important. That's an important.
21 leads of Jharkhand, 13 to the NDA. Is it 2-0 this time around? And if it is 2-0, if these trends hold, what does that imply? Rohit Chandravarkar and also Nalin Mehta. Then we'll take it across.
Well, the first thing I'd like to say is, there was some discussion about whether the MVA narrative worked or whether the MVA had a good enough narrative and all of that. I think this is more of NDA's victory, not really INDI alliance's loss. And I attribute that victory mainly to, the recent schemes that they announced. Whoever thought of bringing this Ladli Bahan Yojana of Madhya Pradesh to Maharashtra, and my information is it was the BJP which thought of it. The credit seems to be going to Eknath Shinde as the Chief Minister, because it is known as Mukhyamantri Ladki Bahin Yojana. And he aggressively, campaigned. Devendra Fadnavis and Ajit Pawar also, went around the state, held countless rallies saying, we are doing this for our sisters, we are doing this for you. And I think it can be attributed, this win can be attributed mainly to those schemes for women and farmers. Anand.
Well, 122 leads for the NDA out of 163, BJP 64. Before we take the conversation forward, quickly just want to see some interesting seats. Worli leads, Mankhurd leads, are they plotting? Nawab Malik?
No, not yet. Let's go from south. Kolaba, Rahul Narvekar is leading. In Mumbai Devi, Amin Patel is leading. In
So Shahnaaz is trailing there.
Yeah, in Dharavi, Dr. Gaikwad is leading. In Kalina, which is the only seat, like I said, in Mumbai, where the Sena UBT is leading. In the neighbouring seat of Vile Parle, the BJP is leading. In Ghatkopar East, the BJP is leading. And in the outskirts, again, Goregaon, BJP leading. In Charkop, BJP leading. Even in Thane, as you would expect. In fact, in Thane, all seats, it's within the NDA. In Majiwada, the Shinde Sena is leading. In Kotpuri, of course, the Chief Minister is leading. In Thane city seat, Sanjay Kelkar of the BJP is leading. Even in Mumbra, which is Jitendra Awad's seat, there the Ajit Pawar NCP candidate is leading right now.
So there is a Sion and there is also Sionville, which is Worli. That is Sionville, S-C-I-O-N, Ville. What is happening in Sionville, I want to know.
It's not yet plotting.
Oh, wow.
That's why Worli and Mankhurd, because of the Nawab Malik factor,
the suspense in Sionville.
it's not plotting yet.
Amit Thackeray, Raj Thackre's son, even Mahim.
Amit